What's up, my cool dudes? I'm DualingDude, and welcome to the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile in a while on the channel. Now, as per the update video, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is coming back, and figured I'd bring out a deck profile of a deck I recently just finished making. This current version, I am currently happy with its DDDs. Post all the support from PENDULUM, DOMINATION. So if you guys are hyped, please smash that like button down below and I'll get started as soon as I zoom out so we have more room to show off the cards. Okay, first off we have 3 copies of Double D Lamia. Now Double D Lamia is the new tuna monster of the deck. Basically you could send when it's in the graveyard, you can send a Double D monster from your or dark contract from your hand or from the side of the field to the graveyard, especially summon this from the graveyard and then banish it when it leaves the field. So pretty much it has got the good old plate spreader / glow up bulb effect pretty much. So that's your place. And the level 1, it's actually a really decent tuna, combos well with Kepler, lets you summon Formula Synchron, so it is really for a bit of extra draw, so that's really good. Your main fusion my main fusion component is triple Swirl Slime, as well as triple Necro Slime. Now Swirl Slime you pitch from the hand with another DD monster to fusion summon. And also it has that secondary effect where you banish from grave special summon a DD monster from your hand. And Necro Slime is pretty much you banish it and one other DD monster from your graveyard to fusion summon. So pretty much you have these 2 in your first hand. You can fusion summon twice with only 2 cards, so which is pretty good. Okay, next I run tripled 3 DDD Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. Abyss Ragnarok is one of the cards you mainly want in the Pendulum scale, because he does set up lots and lots of plays. He's a level 8 monster with 2200 attack, making 3k defense, making him a decent beater as well as a wall if you need to sit on something to try and protect your life points. Basically, when he is his monster effect is when he is summoned, I get to special summon a DDD monster in my graveyard in defense position, but its effect's negated. And then I contribute a DDD monster from, DDD monster, target 1 card on field, banish it. And his Pendulum ability is basically a monster reborn effect, but you take 1000 damage, and any battle damage you take, your opponent takes is halved for that turn. I run triple Double D saving Kepler. Kepler is your main contract searcher of the deck. You summon Kepler, get Witch, Swamp King, basically whatever you need at the time. One of my favorite things to do is, if I already have a Witch or a Lamia in hand, I can summon Kepler, search out the dark contract, the Swamp King, play Swamp King. Then I can fusion into Genghis, I can fusion into Genghis, fusion into Diark, right there, and sets up plays to go on later. Then I run 3 of the new Double D saving Copernicus. Copernicus is a level 1 scale, and he basically, when I would take damage from a spell card, I can negate deactivation and destroy this from my Pendulum zone. And his effect when he's summoned is I can send a DD monster or a dark contract from my deck to the graveyard. So you can set up plays, get Lamium, summon Lamia, I can make TG Hyper Librarian and then go off on more plays. It really works well if I already have a Genghis or an Alexander on the field. So that's what I run. Then I run 2 Double D saving Newton. This guy is pretty much your Warrior Returning Alive of the deck. Basically, when he is normal No, that's not right. He's pretty much got the same pendulum ability as Copernicus, but instead of spells, it is traps. And when he's in my hand, I can send him to the graveyard to add a DD or a Dark Contract card from my graveyard to my hand. It's also a 10 scale, so he works well when pendulum summoning, so one thing I like to do with him is pitch him to the graveyard to get something back. Then I'll use Dark Contract to Yummy Makai to put him back in the pendulum zone from my graveyard. Next I run 2 Double D Saving Thomas. I've often seen people bouncing between 2 and 3, but 2 is a good number. Honestly, I don't see 3 being run, it is too cloggy. But during the main phase, I can destroy a DD. I can add 1 face-up DD monster from my extra deck to my hand. That's his pendulum ability. And what his monster effect is, you can target 1 DD card in your graveyard, destroy it. Destroy that card, and if you do, special summon a triple D monster from my deck. But I'm pretty sure its effects negated, and any battle damage your opponent takes is halved. So he really sets up for ranked gameplay. So let's say I have a Copernicus or a Kepler or something in the pendulum zone. If I could bring him out, I could destroy it. Search out the Abyss Ragnarok and then Exceed summon right there. Now to the 1-offs, I run 1 Double D Orthros because he is basically he's your Archfiend eccentric of the deck. You can send 1 face-up DD monster other than this card or a Dark Contract to the graveyard to destroy a spell and trap card on the field. Next, these are 2 cards I'm testing out, but so far they have worked for me. I'm running 1 Doom King Armageddon and 1 Chaos King Apocalypse. Now, with Doom King Armageddon, they're both scale 4s, but with Doom King Armageddon, his pendulum ability, I can detach. No, that's Exceed, sorry. I can target a DD monster on my field. It gains 800 attack until the end of the turn, which. So say if my opponent's got something like, I don't know, a Blue Eyes White Dragon, for example, and I've got say I've got something with 2200 2300 attack points on my field. I can summon it, beat over the Blue Eyes, summon the monster, beat over the Blue Eyes with Apocalypse. And he's got a really good normal ability as well, because if a monster I control is destroyed by battle or card effect, I can target 1 of the monsters destroyed, and this card will gain attack equal to the original attack of the monster. And this guy cannot be destroyed by cards that do not target him. So, Mirror Force doesn't work, Bottomless doesn't work. It's really good. And as for Chaos King Apocalypse, he's pretty much, he can be kind of like the Battle Fader deck, because in the pendulum zone, I can banish 2 DD monsters from my graveyard to special summon him. But his normal effect is when he is in the graveyard, or my hand, I can target 2 face-up spell and trap cards that I control, destroy him, and I can't special summon fiend monsters except for fiends for the rest of the turn. I special summon and then special summon this guy. So let's say I'm really low on life points and my opponent, I have 2 contracts on the field or a pendulum scale, and my opponent's gonna beat into me for game. I can destroy 2 cards, summon him in defense mode if it's over its attack points, or summon it in attack mode if its defense is lower. That's it for monsters. I do run a 25 monster count, so it is a bit wild with all the summoning you can do. But moving on to spells, I run triple Dark Contract Negate. All Dark Contracts have an ability where during your standby phase you take 1000 damage, But that is nothing to worry about because you run cards like D-Arc, and you can get rid of them for something like Chaos King Apocalypse. Yeah, honestly, these cards are big Twin Twister targets. MSTs and Twin Twister target these cards because they just do not want you to have those advantages. So Dark Contract with the Gate lets me add one DD monster from my deck to my hand once per turn, and I can only use one Dark Contract to the Gate effect per turn, so it can be a bit choice. You have to use it carefully, otherwise it could either make or break. Otherwise, it can make or break games. I run 2 Dark Contracts with the Swamp King. Swamp King is pretty much your fusion engine if you don't have slimes. I can use hand or field, or I can banish from the graveyard to fusion summon. So it really sets up plays, especially if I have 2 triple Ds in my graveyard. I can summon Wave Oblivion, King Caesar Ragnarok if I wish, or I can summon a Genghis, Beowulf, whatever I need for that situation. Finally, the last Dark Contract I run is Dark Contract with the Yummy Makai. Yummy Makai, as I stated earlier with the, what's it called? Wise King Chaos, Chaos King Apocalypse. With him, pretty much I can, once per turn I can target a Pendulum monster in my graveyard or face up in my extra deck, put it in my Pendulum zone, so it can, right there it sets up plays for me. I can use it to get either a higher or a lower scale from my graveyard or my extra deck if I've already used them. So it just sets up plays the Pendulum Summon, which can lead to more combos and really helps out the deck in my opinion. Not a lot of people play it, but that's up to personal preference, I guess. Next spell I run is Triple Allure of Darkness. Now this is a staple in any Dark Attribute deck. With Allure of Darkness, you draw 2 cards, then banish the Dark, and all DD monsters are Dark Attributes. So that is good. Next spell I run is Foolish Burial. Basically send anything you need to the graveyard. 1 for 1. Really good to get that Kepler or Alemia if you need it. 4 traps I run. 1 Vanity's Emptiness. 1 Dark Contract with Witch, and 2 Contract with Errors. Vanities is a staple, which is basically discard, destroy a card from the field, and I take damage, but also my monsters gain 1,000 attack points during my opponent's turn. And Dark Contract with Errors is pretty much your trap stun of the deck. Okay, just move that up so you can actually see what it looks like, and that is the main deck. 40 cards in all. I am honestly, alternatively for the errors, you could run Pot of Desires, which I really do hate that card, so no chance of running that. But I guess you could also run Wear Off Now. I've seen a 1-person run. It's a bit of a situational card, but I like the errors because they do stop trap cards like strikes, warnings. They can really help you. They can really shut down all your opponent's offensive trap cards. So I said that was the 40 card main deck. I'll just move on to the extra deck. I run 2 Genghis. Genghis is pretty much when a DD monster is special summoned, I can special summon 1 from my graveyard, but that effect only is once per turn. And when he is destroyed, when he's destroyed by an opponent's card effect, I can target Dark Contract in my graveyard, add it to my hand. It's 2,000 attack points and a level 6. If I had the chance to, attack points isn't really all that special, so it can be a bit situational, honestly. So usually you want to make Genghis first turn, hopefully get rid of it for something stronger if you can. Next card I run is 2 D-Arc. D-Arc is 2800 beta level 7 monster with 2800 attack points, and Pretty much, he's your remedy. The Arc here is your remedy to the Dark Contracts cards. Like, because the Arc makes it so instead of taking damage from Dark Contracts, you gain the life points instead, which can really help you in a tight spot, like game. Next, fusion I run is one Dragonbane King Beowulf. With Dragonbane King Beowulf, he is a 3k Piercer plus Heavy Storm. All DD monsters can pierce, and during standby phase, he is a Heavy Storm, so he destroys everything if I need to. My opponent's got a heavy back row, or I'm gonna take severe damage from Dark Contracts. I can just Heavy Storm, blow them all away. Final fusion I run is Wave Oblivion King Caesar Ragnarok. With Caesar Ragnarok, he's just your 3200 beta. If your opponent's got something strong, I can return a DD monster or a Dark Contract from my field to the hand to target one monster that's not battling Ragnarok and take control of it, and then Ragnarok will gain attack points equal to all the combined attack of all monsters equipped by this effect, so it can be a really heavy beater. But anyway, for Synchro monsters I run one Formula Synchron because Lamia is a level 1 and so is Kepler. Allows me to get a bit of extra draw power and hopefully get more combo pieces. I run one Hyper Librarian because I needed a level 5, and I've seen lots of people run Hyper Librarian to get extra draws. Seriously, if you can get Librarian out before Formula Synchron, that is an immediate +2 right there. Which, as I said earlier, can make or break games. Level 7s I run one Gus King Alexander. He's pretty much Genghis, but only works on level 4 or below. I run one Meteor Burst because Meteor Burst he's pretty much the trap card stop. He stops D-Barrier, he stops Mirror Forces, he stops everything during the battle phase, so he is a really good level 7. I run one Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. I probably would run Crystal Wing over this if I had one, but I can't afford it. Level 8 I run one Curse King Siegfried and one Scarlet. Siegfried is basically 2800 beta, level 8. And once per turn I can negate the effect of a face-up spell and trap card on the field until the end of the turn. And when he's destroyed by battle or card effect, I gain 1000 life points for each Dark Contract on the field. Scarlet is just there, especially late game, where if I need to burn my opponent to finish him off, I will happily do it, especially if we both have a whole field of special summon monsters. Like, I could destroy all mine, all his will get destroyed, and that in most cases can lead to game. And finally, I run for XCs. I run 2 rank 8s in Duo Dawn King Kali Yuga and Divine Dragon Knight Felgrain. Kali Yuga is another Heavy Storm, pretty much, and he can also add a Dark Contract spell and trap card from my graveyard. Actually, he sets a Dark Contract spell or trap from my graveyard, so if I've used all my witches, I can set a witch. If I need Swamp King, I can get Swamp King. And with Felgrand, you alternatively want to run a number 38, but as a same reason with Crystal Wing, I can't afford it. And he pretty much, once per turn with Felgrand, you can detach an Xyz material, negate a card on the target one face-up monster on the field, and negate its effects, but it's unaffected by all other cards, so you can use it on himself to save. So you can have safe attack, so you can safely attack into your opponent's cards. Okay guys, that is actually the end of the deck profile. If you guys, I do have an ABC deck profile that I do want to bring you, so if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments section below. Also guys, let me know what cards you think I can run, what any changes I can make to the deck are. I do want to get a Crystal Wing and a 38 for this deck because it has been one of my favorite. So ever since ever since I saw it on Arc 5, it has been one of my favorites. And with Pendulum Domination, we got everything we need to make the deck viable, at least until Zodiacs come out. Let's face it, they're coming out in, what, a couple of weeks now? But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this deck profile, could you please show your appreciation by smashing that like button down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.